Well, welcome back to the Drive channel, and as many of you know who maybe watch this channel on a regular basis, probably the most reliable car that I own is the Aston Martin behind me. So the Aston Martin is a 2007, and I haven't probably spent more than $1,000 maintaining it over the years, just changing the oil, replacing a thermostat that went bad. That's very common on this car. But another thing that's very common is that the oxygen sensors, particularly the upstream, tend to go a little bit early. So the car has about 45,000 miles on it, and it's running rich. So at first I thought it was a misfire, but it's actually just running rich, and it's the result of oxygen sensors that are going. So I just decided to replace upstream and downstream. There's 2 of each, so that's 4 in total. And it's going to be a little bit tricky because getting to them is really the hard part. So that's going to be my project today. So let's have at it. Okay, so here are the new oxygen sensors. So the downstream sensors have a very long lead on them, and they have a blue end, and the upstream sensors are shorter and they have a green end, so that you can't screw them up because they're color coded. The side that's on the car is the same color, so it's really hard to screw up and get that opposite. One tip for oxygen sensors that I learned over the years is that this wire will fight against you when you're trying to back out the screw on the sensor side. So what you do is, while you're turning this counterclockwise or clockwise to put it on, simultaneously turn this side counterclockwise, and the wire will end up working for you instead of working against you. So that's just a little tip that I have. Now we're going to go underneath the car, and I'm going to show you some of the challenges with the V8 Vantage and getting the upstream and downstream sensors out, because they actually have to snake over the heat shield. So we're going to take a look at that right now. So, all right. So here it is off. I disconnected both. That's the car side. So that's I took out the sensor, for the upstream sensor for this, the driver's side that we're looking at now, and haven't taken out the downstream, right? And the downstream, weirdly enough, is actually in the middle of the catalytic converter. That's usually how they do it. You would think it would be at the end of the catalytic converter, but anyway, that's where it is. And as you can see, the wire goes up and over the heat shield and through this little hole here. You see it in the hole there. So what I'm going to have to do is tie a piece of twine. This is my idea anyway. I'm going to tie a piece of twine to that end, and then when I pull it through, the twine will come through, and I'll attach the twine to the new one and pull it through, and hopefully that'll work. I don't know, but that's the theory there, because it's the downstream that's a bit more of a pain. The upstream also goes through and around the heat shield, but it doesn't go very far. So that one I don't think I need to do anything with the twine. Plus I already took it out anyway, so I'm not too worried about that one. So let's see how this works. Okay, so this side, the driver's side, is done. I don't know what you could see, if anything. Okay, so that side is done. That's the upstream sensor, and the downstream is, I don't know, up here somewhere. Is there. So that's on. The most difficult thing I had was on the downstream sensor. This is on the driver's side. Was actually just getting that to seat and then twist it on. Even using my technique of twisting the wire on the other end near the harness didn't really help very much, because there's so much between here and where it's hooked up that it really doesn't help to twist it very much. But I mean, it's better than nothing. So now I'm moving on to this side. So haven't loosened that one yet, but as you can see, I got the upstream sensor on the passenger side out already, and just got to loosen that one up. It may already be loose. I can't remember if I loosened it or not. And then everything is a part here so I could twist it. And then what I found is that I had to use the twine, as I said before, with a straightened coat hanger to kind of stick through and to get it to position correctly. So, I mean, to stick through and get the other end so I could pull a piece of string through. And that worked pretty well. But like I said, the most difficult thing about this going forward probably on this side will be just like I had on the other side, which is threading that once that's in. The other thing that I found very difficult is getting this into the bunghole correct on there in the first place, because there's not a lot of room. So once it's there, I feel that this is loosened. It's actually very difficult to get to actually just to put it in the hole, because it has so much. It has, you know, what's that, about an inch and a half or maybe about an inch of sensor there. So that's actually difficult. Then once it's in, then threading it is difficult too. So it's just a real pain. But this absolutely 100% can be done without moving the heat shield, without dropping the catalytic converter. Can all be done. It's just a pain in the ass. And the only thing that that I should have done more, and if I had a proper garage with a lift, I'd have more room. So one of the difficulties that I'm having is just that I didn't give myself a lot of room underneath here. So maybe maybe just put the car up as high as you can, as long as it's safe. And yeah, so we'll see from here where we go. All right, so everything is in. I had to wrap I couldn't actually stuff this longer wire on this side up into the heat shield. It was just too difficult to do that, so I kind of wrapped it around and then I zip tied it. So that's the only sort of non-perfect thing that is happening here. But I have that installed. You got the downstream, you got the upstream over here installed. Same with the other side, and same with that side, upstream and downstream. So that's right, four new oxygen sensors. And so the car shouldn't be running rich anymore. And so the next step, I got to get into some cleaner clothes so that I can sit behind the wheel and clear the code. So that's the next step. Join me in a minute. Alright, well, so far so good. The light is out because I just cleared it. And yeah, the light is out just because I cleared it. And I'm just trying to detect right now if there's anything that resembles a misfire. It may take a second. And I should probably open up the garage door and not gas myself out. So anyway, thanks for joining. This was a nice little project done before lunch. And the V8 Vantage does tend to eat the oxygen sensors. I replaced both the upstream and the downstream because in my research I found that some say that they tend to eat the upstream more, and other research that I did said it eats the downstream more. So I was like, well, if I'm going under there, I might as well just replace all four. So that's what I did, and it took me from, I don't know, 8 in the morning to a little bit later. So not a big problem. So join me next time for the next fun adventure, and I'll see you in the next video.